Hey, good afternoon. Chico here in the car cave, and I've been busy. Uh, the last time I made a video, I said that I had a couple things to do, but like everything else in the world, in 2 weeks, so much can change. Um, Family member called me up and needed some help putting in a kitchen, uh, my brother, and of course, I went up 2 weeks ago to start helping with the kitchen, so he watches me while I do the work. But that's family, and that's the way it works. So I haven't had a lot of time, really. I've been at it for about 2 weeks. We're getting there. We got a lot more to do. So it's a Sunday afternoon, about 70 outside here in Philly, and I decided I'd get some of this dusting done. And I said, this is a great time. I got all these cars lined up on my bench here. And I thought I'd just go ahead and pull out the tablet and make a video while I have these cars down. And I'm going to try and keep it short, but these are cars you've seen in my collection. I say, this is this, this is this, and this is that. And but we don't pull them down. We don't look at them. And it's nice to look at a car on what it represents or why you have it. For example, start the turntable here, and you're looking at a 1937 Zephyr by Ford. Of course, this was not how the car was originally built. Obviously, this is seriously modified. This thing is stretched, chopped, channeled, shaved, given the correct stance, just anything that you can say cool about making a 37 Zephyr look cooler. Well, this is it. This is not a terribly expensive car. This is made by Hot Wheels. That much I do remember. I've had this for quite some time. This came out around 2000, and it just looks nice. It's bright red, shiny chrome rims. It's a long model. It's about a good 11 inches long, probably at least. And I like the way it looks. I have no idea what I paid for it. I've had it that long. The features on this is suicide doors. And there again, not a lot to look at. You buy a car, and does it have to be a $400 or $500 car? No. You buy a car sometimes just for what it is, just the way you like it, and that's keeping it real. I mean, I don't claim to have the most expensive collection in the world, but I do enjoy a car for what it truly is. The interior is black and white, and there's really not a lot to look at. Of course, there's the hood doesn't open. This is the back of the car. The name Scrappy's on there, if you can see that. I'm still working on a tablet, guys. I'll get there. Back here in the back, while I'm thinking about it real quick. So the chrome there is like the sound system. And if you can see the chrome right here, that would be where the gas was going to be put into the car. So back there. And I'm not going to make a long video about it. It's just cool. I liked it, and it wound up in the collection. But what I did do is I did find what a Zephyr truly looked like. And to my surprise, this car by Ford was a very pretty car. The style was that of the 30s. The car is relative. It doesn't have a whole lot of chrome now. This does have a pinstripe, as you can see, running down the side. It's got fender skirts, which they do come off. The skirts in the back do come off. It's a 1937 Zephyr. One of the cool things that I don't know, but it seems like that it was big back then, is the fog lights in the front. I guess was a thing back then, because I noticed a lot of the cars from that era have the orange fog lights. I want to point out some things here that are really cool. So we have the taillights here, and I call them beehive taillights because they look exactly like a beehive. This car has a lot going for it. This I forget who made the model. We'll find out. It's got a ton of detail into it. First of all, the has a gorgeous interior, brown gorgeous interior. I think I can get that door open a little bit. The glove box in here actually opens. The vent windows, they actually flip around for you there with my big fingers in the way so you can't see it. Nice detail on the doors, the knobs, the armrests. It's really a soft cushioned seat. It's got carpeting in there. You got your kick plates here. You can see the chrome trim that supports the seats on both sides. And let me be careful. You don't want to break anything. So there's the chrome trim. We have these cool little ornaments over top of the headlights here, a hood ornament here. So we open up the hood as far as I can get it, and the car is made with real hood hinges. It actually has a cowl. You know, I'm looking for my little auto art tool. I don't know if this will pop it up. Yep, there it goes. So the cowl actually opens up right here to let fresh air in. If you can see, that opens up right there. I want to show you up underneath as soon as I can find my little piece to help me out here, but I thought I had it up here. I guess I don't. Underneath has some really good detail to it. I mean, very good detail. The dry shaft actually turns on this. They have the brake lines. You can see they're in copper. They run to the back wheels. The transmission. The detail is really great. I mean, really good up underneath this. This is a Precision Collection 100, and this is one of 2,500. And they've really, the undercarriage is done very, very well. I want to get back up underneath this this hood. Oh, here you are. Yeah, I found it. It was hiding from me. I get back up underneath this hood now. I'm caught without my flashlight, so I don't know if I can make stuff, but it has these huge horns up underneath the hood. And I've got a pair of glasses that don't have enough magnification. I'm going to switch a pair here. See if the old boy's eyes can pop up. I run to the dollar store and get these glasses for reading. Sometimes you can see and sometimes you can't. But yeah, you can just barely make out these. They got the big horns up under here. Has a big V12 engine, V12, but it has a single carburetor, a single barrel carburetor on it. Unbelievable. I have no idea what kind of speed this thing had, but there's plenty of detail up underneath this, and it's a gorgeous model that you can see. It's got the big gangster white walls on it, and it has a couple of more surprises with it. It's done. The model is a very good model, especially for a 37 Ford Zephyr. And I'm going to open up the trunk here, and for the spare, yep, check that out. Just leans right out for you. And I found my tweezers without looking for them. Now, in the trunk has this bag that opens up, as you can see. I'm going to close it up for a second. And what, pray tell, is in the bag? Well, I had to get a little ahead of the game here so I could show you guys. In that bag comes all these tools. You have your screwdriver, box wrench, lug wrench, oiler. You have pliers, screwdriver. All that fits in the bag and goes back in here. It's quite remarkable. The tools have a very, very realistic look to them, especially the box wrench. Incredible, they're so small. So yeah, this 37 Ford Zephyr and this Ford Zephyr you can see the resemblance, but you wouldn't think they were the same, right? Beautiful car here. And I bought this car because the detail was just incredible on it. There's a difference when you talk about vintage cars, and you know me and peace. So these are vintage cars of this era here, like this, cars like this. And I was going to get into a lot of vintage cars, but I also am, because of my age, I'm not going to say that a lot of these were around, but in high school when training to be a mechanic, I worked on a lot of the engines that were of this time period. And I guess that's why I like collecting these to some degree. So, yeah, this is a very nice car. I don't want to spend too much time on it because we got a lot of them to get to here. So I'm going to push everything back and give you one more look at this. So this is a Ford Zephyr, 1937. And there we have it. Up. Don't want to lose anything, so I can set that back in there. And we're going to put this here. Now, you've heard me use the term lead sled. How many of you guys seen the movie Cobra with Stallone? This is very similar to that car that he drove. I actually think they do make that model. But this is a 51 Merc. Okay, here I go checking again. This is a 51 Merc. As you can see, just like the 37 Custom Zephyr, it's about looks. But the one thing I love about this car is the flames that it has. Well, when you saw this thing new in the box, and I've had this for years, the flames are just, they're just cool. They're really done well. A lot of guys don't like flames. That's okay. And not every car, you know, that you see has or would look good with flames. But a car like this looks good with flames, to my opinion. This one has a toolbox in the back. See if I can catch it. There we go. Toolbox. There's a tire bar, some gasoline cans. Nothing fancy there. There's the back of the car there. Okay. And give you another quick look at that. And we're off to the races again. Now here is a Woody. This Ford Woody, 48. I was going to say 48, but I thought I'd double check. Now this car now, they make this with actual real wood paneling. I often thought about buying that real wood paneling, but you know, I like this. It just goes back to the time period. It fits in with all these other cars, and so I don't really need one with real wood. I'm going to get the hood open for you here, and it has an inline six that's wired up. Has the oil bath, oil cleaner on it still. Underneath is pretty simple. It does have a working suspension, but for a plastic model, when I say, well, it's die cast, but all this is plastic. It does look pretty good. It shows okay. It's got the big whites. Of course, that was back then, and I don't even think the back opens. Yeah, it doesn't. I think on the other one that you can buy with the real wood, of course, it would be a lot more than what I paid for this. I'm not sure. Metsu or Maisto. I've been trying to figure out how to say that name forever. But it's a good. You can see the suspension works. It's just nice. It goes with the rest of the cars, and this is what I got early on. I didn't know about Auto Art, Acme, GMP. I didn't know a lot about that when I first started out buying cars. This is very old. It's been in my collection a long time. So, and you know, just because they make it with wood now, it would be nice, but I'm enjoying this the way it is here. Moving on. I may have shown this before, I'm not sure, but this is a 33 Pierce Arrow. Beautiful hood ornament here. It's a person with drawing a bow and arrow. You got the big fog lights up on the front, or driving lights, if you want to call them that. It has the spoke wheels. How they saw out of those back windows is just beyond me. That would definitely be a safety problem today. I think this also has suicide doors. Yes, it does. And we'll get them open. Yeah, I got 10 of these things around here. Can never find them when you want one. It does have, that is a fabric interior, although the floor is painted and simulated in carpet. But you can see the door panel there. And the inside is nice. The back doors do open up as well. So if you see this model, there you go, the back doors open up. And then, of course, the cool thing is where they put the spare tire right there on the side. How about that? So you got your wood handle. And this is not an expensive model. It's a good-looking model. Very simple here. We have the piano hinge hood with the engine up under here. And I'm going to try and just hold that up enough for you to get a glimpse of the engine under there. Okay. 33 Pierce Arrow. Now, this next car that I'm bringing up is a Chrysler. And you look at this thing and you say, wow, you look at that, look at the driving lights, convertible, and if you open up the doors and windows, I can crank the window up. I don't know if you can see that coming up. Let me see if I can show you on this side here. So I gotta be able to see it. So here's the window here, and it's coming up. There it is, right there. It's coming up, and then I can I can crank it back down. I mean, a lot of us have seen cars. I'm just trying to make the point. It's carpeted. It's really cool. It's got good detail on the inside. A lot of cool stuff. It's got the spotlights, which were a big deal back in the day. And the trunk opens up here as well. You got a full spare back there. Keep my finger out of the way there so you can see that. Here's what you don't know. This car fell 5 feet. I put it up on the shelf one night with a couple of other cars. And I heard the crash, and I knew it was going to be bad when I got downstairs. And to my surprise, I hadn't filled the shelf up. I had about 4 or 5 cars on there. So the frame for the windshield bent a little bit, and I had to bend it back. The windshield's a little off here. And believe it or not, and this was something I was going to fix, but the hood broke off its hinge, but made it easy to see the motor, and quick for dusting. So that's between us, okay? Anyway, this is 48 Chrysler, big gangster whites. Just a nice looking model. I enjoyed it. This wasn't cheap. This was around $100 or so when I bought it back then. And I was staying in the theme with these. This was early on in my model collecting. I hadn't gotten into the good muscle cars and TV cars. I was just feeling my way around a little bit. So I've had this. Wow, that's embarrassing. You know what? I'm not going to do a retake. I forgot about that. I forgot all about it. I wanted to show you the underneath. Once again, it's a Survivor. I'm going to put it down before I break something else on it. This car, and the last one that I'm going to do, and I'm trying to hurry, this is a 1951 or 52 Nash. One second. I'll know in a minute. But this car has killer detail on it. And it was one of the reasons when I saw it in the hobby shop, they really, really, really have a ton of detail. And I didn't know a lot about Nashes. One of the cars I didn't know a lot about. You're going to see a lot of detail on here. This car here, it came with like the book when you would buy a car. And this car was aimed toward the American people as like you could do anything with it. I'm going to show you a picture in here. Oh, it's right here. So here they have the back seat, and people are actually sleeping in the car. The car is huge. It's kind of square shape, but it has a really good look to it, I think. One of the crazy things with this model is they made it so that the windshield wipers move. I don't get that, but nevertheless, they do move. I'm not sure if the back one doesn't move. Do you want the windshield up? Windshield wipers up on the windshield or down? I usually leave them down. They become a bit of a pain when I dust it because you don't want to break them. But that was part of the stuff in the brochure. This car was supposed to be your average American, and it has a ton of detail, which, you know, my camera's set up, but it has a ton of detail on the engine on here. It's a 6, and it looks really cool. And it does have a ton of detail. Has quite a bit of detail up under here. The brake lines going to the rear drums, the exhaust, emergency cable So it has quite a bit of detail under here. The wheels look cool, and the skirt doesn't come off, by the way. The skirt's made part of it. Does have carpet on the inside. I'm going to show you the inside of the car now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close these doors so that you can see how much detail is on the door panel. So excellent window knobs. This has this has the spotlight, you know, like the police light. So therefore, when you close that, you have the handle for it in there. I'm going to open up the back of this so you can see the back doors maybe a little bit better. The detail is really cool there. The funny thing is, when I look at all these cars from the past, if you'll notice, if it's possible, right there, your ashtray. You know, cars aren't made with much ashtrays anymore, but they took a lot of pride in making sure that they had plenty of ashtrays in cars back during the 50s. This is a really nice looking model. And I've had it so long I forgot. This is Sunstar, by the way, Sunstar. So, yeah, it's 1952 four-door Nash, and I thought it looked good. It fits in with the rest of the genre. The only vintage car that I'm going to bring up and show you right now, so I can finish doing my dusting, is the Duesenberg. Now you want to talk about a car that really clamors for respect. This 1935 Duesenberg is something special. This is the SSJ model, 1935 Duesenberg. I have read this, looking at it. This particular model, Duesenberg, it's a doozy. The saying goes, that's a doozy. Most of your Duesenbergs were sedans. This Duesenberg, and only one other, made identically like this but a different color, was owned by Clark Gable and Gary Cooper. This is the Clark Gable paint job. And the Gary Cooper paint job was all gray. It was all gray. And it might be in this, there it is. So there's Gary's Cooper, 1935, Duesenberg. This car would do 150 miles an hour back then. The total price of a Duesenberg was $14,000 to $20,000. The Duesenberg SSJ Roadster embodied luxury and so forth. Screen legend Clark Gable bought the second 1935 Duesenberg SSJ ever made. The stunning car was designed to make a bold statement. And the SSJ featured a powerful 420 cubic inch, 8-cylinder, rated 320 horse, and in second gear would do 150 miles an hour. That's pretty impressive for a 1935 Duesenberg. This one, the detail on the dash, they didn't miss a hiccup there, and it's very well detailed. The dash. We can also convert this, as you saw when I pick it up, from convertible to the top up. It has piano hinge, hood again, and here you can get a a good look at the engine. I'm getting kind of brave picking it up like that. And let me bring this back. I'm going to do the other side for you. Make sure I got it so you can see that side of the engine too. So it's a beast of a motor. I saw this particular engine on television on Wayne Carini's Chasing Cars, and yeah, these engines are quite a marvel of mechanical workmanship. They really performed well back then, long before we really thought about getting into muscle cars. So that's it for now. I'm doing some dusting, and I got another shelf I'm going to do, and I thought I would bring those cars down while I got them off the shelf. So I'm sorry I've been away for a while, getting kind of used to making videos. Maybe I'm getting better with the tablet or not, I don't know. But it's good to see everybody. I say that literally. One of my new subscribers asked about Hess. Everybody doesn't have to get just because they're gas station cars, but I got a little something special I'm going to do about Hess. Maybe a day or two. The video is going to come soon, so it's not so much about the cars, but some other stuff Hess related. So I think you'll get a kick out of just looking at it. And just get a can of beer and sit down and spend a minute with me. And I'm going to leave by always stating that we salute our military, our men and women in arms. Right now, this is, we didn't have a war going on when I last talked to you. You know, I'm ex-Marine. My daughter is currently serving in the military, in the Army. This is a horrible thing where the country over there, the Ukrainians, have to go through. There is just no other way to put it. I'm not going to make any kind of political platform on YouTube. This is about my model cars, but I just want to say that my thoughts and prayers go out to the people of Ukraine, and we hope for the best for that. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye. I got some more dusting to do, and maybe I can get another video down real soon. All right, guys. Peace. Stay safe.